Yo.
From the rip, not just late in the game.
Blazers continue with the big lineup. We had a familiar starting five for the Lakers. Whiteside and JaVale McGee.
He hit that.
Here's Anthony Davis. He'll pull a mid-range and knocks it down.
This play, you could tell that he put an emphasis on to make sure the ball is hopping, to be crisp, and to pay attention to detail.
There's a block by Anthony Davis. 0 for 2. LeBron with a long three, and that one's down. LeBron James.
I say to the Mamba, thank you for what you did for the NBA.
Great to see the kids from the Mamba League as Danny Green, 5 of 7 shooting for LA.
Portland may have to make a substitution with one of their big fellas. As you see McCollum face to move out the way of penetrators when you're a big fella. And when you have one, great steal by Nurkic, you have a little more room.
Nurkic all the way with a layup. Break points already. That was a key for both coaches. And a turnaround is good for Anthony Davis. He's fouled. And a chance at 3 for AD.
These are tough shots.
He made 6 threes in game 1. LeBron, despite a triple-double in his Laker playoff debut, couldn't hold off the Blazers. It's Nurkic with the putback.
See how the paint just opened up there for Lillard, but at the same time now.
Cullum gives it up, and Melo took some contact. He wants a foul, none called. And it's a breakaway for the Lakers, and Los Angeles just
taking the traditional big. You've put AD at the center position and look for Nurkic to try to force himself inside like he is here.
Oh,
beautiful. Beautiful finish, and they're going to have to get some aggressive pregame. That looked like a little pass interference on that play.
He doesn't have the red mesh jersey on, but he might as well. And coming out of that time.
For them before they get thirsty, and that's how you help your team as a coach as far as field goal percentage. Set up your players. Good finish.
Set up his big man. Davis, he'll pull another one. Hit 2 of those already, make it 3. So cool to see who's going to be in the virtual crowd each and every night. There's Damian Lillard. His first 3-point try. Lakers have 16 field goal attempts, 16 free throw attempts. An easy one. Could use anything positive going into the second quarter. Trent, he'll pull it. And he's got it. Hit that one. A run to start it. Last 3 quarters for the Lakers. 106-76. They've outscored the Blazers. They are plus 30 in the last 3 quarters.
It's a block party out there. One-on-one end with Whiteside. And how about LeBron coming back on the other end in the rear view? And Kuzma says, I'm not.
Prior to the shutdown, had wins over Milwaukee, had wins over the Clippers as well. There's a big hit. Melo, pull up. Got it. Double in a losing effort in game 1. Best scoring game in game 3 with 38, and he drops another 3-ball.
Ball movement, and LeBron doing his thing.
And look at J.R. Smith with a steal up ahead. LeBron James, he'll take it all the way. LeBron James with the reverse.
Wow. He's just playing around. It's Mamba Day. He wants to make a wall, but when you build a wall, you still have to retreat back out to the 3-point line.
Nurkic leaves it for Carmelo Anthony. 2-1 in this series.
Cross screen for LeBron right now. They're going to try to keep him involved on that post.
Oh, up top for Dwight.
Calls of Coach Vogel.
Assist number 6 for LeBron James. Howard's first basket. Here is Melo. Nifty move.
And what's expected of us, nothing less than a championship. And I'm up for it, and I have to have a different temperament than I did when we were playing to just.
And Milwaukee, a disciple of George Karl. Here's Lillard all the way in. Lillard with the Mavericks team in 2011.
Both assistant coaches are not head coaches and doing great right now. So there you go.
Disrupted by Nurkic. In transition, the Blazers. McCollum, the crossover. McCollum all the way in with a reverse.
Dwight Howard has post position inside. 3 seconds maybe.
Wanted the ball. They didn't find it, but they get a 3-ball. And now Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard come together. Danny Green hits the shot. 15-0 to start this game. Lakers in the first 4 minutes had that big lead. Caruso all the way in, the layup. Overwhelming the 8-seeded Blazers right now as we approach the 1-minute mark of this first half. LeBron James just shoots 76 points on the board, 18 from LeBron. He's got 7 assists as well. Gary Trent Jr. with a threes from Charles Barkley, developing as a story on its own right now. Absolute kiss of death as LeBron on this floor. 2 opponents with 50-plus. Coming to the end of this second quarter, LeBron James all the way in. Arenas in the NBA, I'll never forget, as long as I'm doing this job, the incredible finish against Oklahoma City last year for this one after a dominating first-half performance. Anthony Davis. No, LeBron rips down the offensive board and scores a group, but also compartmentalizing all of that to be able to compete in these playoffs here.
There's no question, and even in the last 24 hours, has continued to utilize his platform, even though he is on the NBA campus.
Well, as LeBron takes a deep three,
oh my goodness!
I just like this luxury to be in this bubble while others are just senselessly being murdered outside the bubble. Those out there in the struggle, so they can get back to work and continue the great work they're doing.
Carmelo Anthony, just to see if Frank Vogel will try to get some more minutes. There's going up top for McGee. LeBron made eye contact, delivers it. James, that's number 8. 21 assists for the Lakers on 34 made baskets. That's going to be a foul. Nurkic sends it out to Carmelo Anthony, and the three-pointer is in, and a foul.
This is their so-called 4th playoff game, but in my estimation, it's their 12th, because those first 8, as you said, had to be in playoff form.
26. Kyle Kuzma has hit his 3rd 3 tonight. There's Carmelo Anthony, a little vintage Melo right there.
Others involved, and let guys get a feel for how to continue to play off them, because they're going to have some offensive struggles later on in this playoffs.
Kyle Kuzma hits.
Someone's going to say you're not doing enough. You're never going to be good enough until we win a championship, and you'll be the greatest. And just keep your focus on the big picture. Feel good about his game.
He's put up a lot of points in his playoff career. He's got over 1,000 points in playoff action as Dwight Howard gets a couple of rebounds out of that.
And Nurkic have been frustrated all night since the very first play when Melo thought he was fouled on a play and didn't get the call. And you've seen that frustration. If he and AD aren't on the floor at the same time, how will the others react? These are the type of plays, and this next 12 minutes can kind of and in these games, you iron out the pecking order. You iron out who's going to have the ball late in the shot clock, what type of players there are, just like, you know.
Got some sweeps in the East, but this Western Conference has gotten tighter. There's a flush by
all the time, and if the Lakers find another facilitator to give LeBron 3 or 4 minutes of rest, Whiteside just shot a 3.
What a wild year it has been for Waiters. It's self-inflicted in a lot of ways. He was in limbo with Miami. He was suspended for 50. First time ever opponent scoring 50-plus in a playoff game, as Hezonja hits in this year, as the scoring tandems go. And then for the Dallas Mavericks, as Waiters.
You're so right. And first of all, there are some great coaching staffs here. All the coaching staffs, in my opinion, really have some great guys. A set of these guys increase all year long, and he makes them better players.
Three-pointer is good.
That he was just an incredible amount of pain. It was hard for him to move. And Coach Vogel told us before today's game that
earlier today. And his last game, as Jared mentioned, early March, it was March 10th. The last time he played in an NBA game was
that last 3, and LeBron James on the side.
J.R. Smith, Dion Waiters, players that are trying to get back in the mix as Hezonja are fighting their way back down 3-1. They're going to have Lillard, but he exited this game in the 3rd quarter with a right knee, and how they game plan their rotations. So far, it's Caruso who's manning that.
But if there's anyone that asked to do that, it is Rondo. He can be that facilitator. That's why I was so impressed tonight.
On Wednesday night, we'll have it for you here on TNT. One last heave. Simons can't get it to go, and it's the Lakers by 20. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the Los Angeles Lakers.